sisters all around the world, our Islamic lands must be liberated. Muslims are Muslims, and we are Muslims only, and our lands are one, our Ummah is one, our Quran is one, and our Creator is one.
قائما على الشريعة الإسلامية.
ويا خالد يا بن الوالد الخلافة نحن نريد أمجاد الإسلام نعيد والشهادة مصطفى. لبيك 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 يا الله، لبيك 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 يا الله.
نلقين يا حيوان، نلقين هالكلب هذا، بعدوا لي هيك عليه لهالحيوان هذا. نلقين يا حيوان، مروا يا شوف مروا، مروا لهالحيوان. يا الله ما يا الله، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولا إله إلا بشر ولا حيوان. لا إله إلا الله، محمد مروا لهالحيوان مروا.
These regimes, they fear thought. They fear the return of Islam to state and society. They fear the Muslim Ummah's quest for the Sharia and the Khilafah. And therefore they have resorted to banning, censorship and oppression in order to silence the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not be silenced. And Allah's word will reign supreme on the earth. As somebody who lives in the West, we see day in, day out the poisonous fruits of this ideology on the people. The cocktail of personal freedom and materialism has led to spiraling drug use, the abuse of alcohol, the neglect of the elderly, violence towards women, poverty, and so many other social ills the mind cannot even imagine. The situation is this, that even in the West, there is still huge disparity between the rich and the poor. A handful of people own the wealth in the West, which is in reality the wealth of entire nations. And internationally we see that more than 3 billion people, they continue to live on less than $2 a day. This is the reality of global capitalism. This is a reality that we see day in, day out. 1 in 4 women in the West say that they have been raped or attempted to be raped. This is a startling figure. In my country, in the UK, every minute there is a phone call to the police from a woman who is a victim of domestic violence. Child abuse has become rife, and neglect of the elderly is very common. These things are hidden from the Muslim world under the banners of freedom and democracy and pluralism, whereas this is the stark reality of life in the capitalist West. My dear Muslim brothers and sisters, What has the Western ideology brought to the world? They talk of human rights, yet we have seen before our very eyes the rights afforded to those people in Guantanamo, in Abu Ghraib, and in Bagram. They talk about human rights, but we have seen secret jails, torture, extraordinary rendition. They talk about democracy, yet they support dictators across the Muslim world, from Karimov in Uzbekistan to Mubarak in Egypt. The Western governments love their dictators, yet talk of democracy. They talk of the rule of law and ending corruption, but they are the ones who are involved in taking massive bribes and paying massive bribes to the Muslim countries in order to secure contracts. They talk about freedom of expression, yet they support all of those governments which brutally repress the Muslims in the Muslim world who call for the return of the Islamic Khilafah. They talk about the rule of law, but where was the rule of law when they invaded Iraq and they killed 650,000 civilians in there? Where was the rule of law when they turned a blind eye to the aggression of Israel against the Muslims of Lebanon? Where is the rule of law in Chechnya, or the rule of law in Kashmir, or the rule of law in Palestine? The rule of law for them means the law of the jungle. The law is for them what they decide. They do not believe in the rule of law. So all of these things, my dear Muslim brothers and sisters, these are signs of what? These are signs of a civilization in decline. In their own societies, the social fabric has completely broken down. And across the world, there is chaos and instability and anarchy through foreign occupation and support for dictators.
لا يعترف الإسلام بالأحزاب التي تمزق شأن الأمة على الإطلاق ولا بالجماعات الهدامة. من أجل ذلك أؤكد القول بقوله جل وعلا: واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا، شوف، جميعا ولا تفرقوا. إن الله جل وعلا قال: واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا، ثم نهى عن التفرقة. يا عاقل يا عاقل، والله لو أن الأمر توقف على الأمر بالاعتصام ولم يأتي النهي عن التفرقة لفهمنا أن الأمر طلب منه النهي عن التفرقة. واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا. لكننا تنازعنا. هذا ضال، هذا مبتدع، هذا جاهل، هذا أمقته، هذا أبغضه في الله، كذاب، في الهوى وليس في الله جل وعلا، في الهوى. وأكد في الهوى. يا أخي قلت لك إنك إذا أتيت بيهودي وقلت له من عدوك سيقول المسلم، وإذا أتيت بالنصراني من عدوك سيقول المسلم، وإذا أتيت بالملحد من عدوك سيقول المسلم، وإذا أتيت بالزنديق من عدوك سيقول المسلم، وإذا أتيت بالمسلم وقلت له من عدوك سيقول ابن عمي فلان هذا في طريقة في جماعة كذا، أمقته في الله فلان. أو كذب حتى يا أخي وإن كان على شطط. فأين النصيحة؟
محمد رسول